Hello all, welcome back to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel I'm going to be doing part 20 of my Blu-ray collection series. Yeah, I don't think I've got like loads of the standard Blu-rays to showcase now. I think we're nearly there with to showcase majority of my world cinema titles, and then I'm going to probably do, I think, all the horror titles. Do you know what? I think I'll showcase that near to like September, October time. I think I'll do that maybe somewhat of like a Halloween sort of special video. And yeah, probably just start onto the Arrows, Criterions. But yeah, I can't believe it. We're already here into this Blu-ray collection series. Without further ado, we're going to go straight off the bat, and we have Sexy Beast. Yep, I thought this was a very good film. Jonathan Glazer, who directed The Zone of Interest and Under the Skin. Yeah, I thought this was a very good like gangster crime film. I thought Ben Kingsley absolutely nailed it in the role there. Gangster #1. Don't remember too much about this one, but I do remember quite enjoying it. Malcolm McDowell and Paul Bettany. So I think you get like the older version of the same gangster character played by Malcolm McDowell, and the younger version, Paul Bettany, who looks a lot like Jeremy from Peep Show. So yep, I did really enjoy this one though. Nick Love, who's made some other great movies. That's Gangster #1. And then I really had my high hopes for this film. See what I did there? But no, I actually did really like this one from Mike Lee. You know, kind of, I think it's at the time when Thatcherism was about, and yeah, it's kind of like, it's sort of like about the life of, I think it's like working class life, and yeah, I thought it was a very good film, this one. I did like this one, and then very good film again, guys, East is East. I have seen this a few times. 70s Manchester, working class family. The father owns like a chip shop, and like the mother, does she work in textiles? I can't remember, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie, this one, guys. Pretty witty at times as well. You know, like hard-hitting moments in there as well, especially towards like in the second half of the film. But yeah, I didn't care for the sequel, West is West, but I did like that one, East is East. Film 4, man. By the way, Film 4, holy shit, like they're like titles, the Blu-ray quality, absolutely great. Brassed off, fantastic film, guys. I'm gonna do a video at some point about underrated movies, and this one might feature again. I might even talk a bit more about the story in that video, but oh, this is great, guys, especially for someone like me who's from Yorkshire myself. I thought, yeah, this was definitely a treat. Obviously some of the things that happen weren't a treat by any means, because there are some dark matters that there are in this film, but there's one scene in this that's filmed at the Peace Hall in Halifax, which is my hometown, and the conductor, the main actor, he is fantastic in the role. I read the book of this by Nick Hornby, and yeah, the book was probably better because there's a fair amount in there that wasn't rendered onto the film, but you know what, I did like the film as well, and that's Fever Pitch. Again, guys, I have seen this one a few times. Love letter to Arsenal Football Club. Not my football team personally, guys. I'm an Evertonian for my sins. But yeah, I thought this was a very entertaining film, you know, set in the 1988/89 season. Again, when Arsenal won the league after 18 years. And like me, guys, I'm still waiting for Everton to win their first title since 1987. But there we go, we digress. I'm still waiting for Everton to win their first trophy since 95. But anyways, guys, I'll shut up about that. But I love the relationship in that film, and the soundtrack is great, I've got to say. I did pick up the second sight Blu-ray for a good deal, actually. Gregory's Girl. Again, I like that cover art as well. Oh, is it Dee Hepburn in? Oof, she's pretty bonny lass. And Claire Krogan from Altered Images. who I actually am a fan of, actually, and she's in there. And yeah, I really like the whole like banter that goes on in this film as well. I love the way the film opens up, very quirky, witty, like of the 80s. Yeah, I love it. Great little film, that Gregory's Girl. Guys, I've just realised I'm talking about these football themed movies, but I've not even mentioned yet that it is the Euros is still like on at the minute. Yep, so happy England's got that win against Serbia. I hope we put in more of a good fight in this tournament, and you never know, it could be coming home, we'll find out. But yeah, Bend It Like Beckham, I've again seen this one a few times, guys. Really enjoy this one about I think again this family in is it London, I think. This girl called Jess, her parents are pretty strict and they don't really like the idea of her like playing in like this football team. Friendship story, and Jonathan Rhys-Meyers as the coach. Yeah, directs an actor you don't really see much of these days, to be honest. Another Ken Loach film, and one I much approve of compared to Poor Cow that I showcased in my last, I think it was part 19 of this, and that's Looking for Eric. I think this is really good, you know. Eric, who's like this postman, and yeah, he's a bit of a miserable git in it, but you know what, you do like his character, and you do feel sorry for him at the same time as well, of what he's going through. He's got all these family problems that's happening, and yeah, his idol is like Eric Cantona, who he makes a cameo in and out of the movie, and yeah, it's got a bit of a crime sort of twist on the film. I still really like this film for what it is. So yeah, that's Looking for Eric. And again, for any Man United fans, and you've not seen that, definitely worth checking out. And then we have a film that I think is great, guys. I do love this film. Again, as Leeds United in the 1970s were at their absolute peak in their history, and it says it all in this film, The Damned United, with Brian Clough and Don Revie, who were sort of like arch rivals back in the heyday, because who was it? Yeah, Don Revie would obviously manage Leeds United for a number of years, because Brian Clough managed for Derby County for a few years, and obviously he had quite good success with Derby County, and then he goes to Leeds and probably has probably the worst sort of like you know, spell in his managerial career. But yeah, I think this is a great little film, this, guys. And again, a bit of a love letter to Leeds United as well. I've been to Ellands Road a few times. I saw, you know what, the only Everton away game I've been to is at Leeds United in a friendly. And blimey, guys, we were piss poor in that game. We lost 2-0. And that's the only Everton away game I've been to. The Firm, yep, pretty much taken from the same cloth as Green Street. You know, like it is the rivalry between West Ham and Millwall. But yeah, I think this is like in the 1980s, based off The Firm from like starring Gary Oldman as well, which I haven't seen. I must check that one out. I think you can get that on the BFI label, so I might have to pick that one up at some point. It's got a great soundtrack to that one as well, like the characters in there. We just had to follow it up with this, didn't we? The Football Factory. Oh, again, I love it. Danny Dyer, Frank Harp, who plays is it the main guy in it, like the big boss of this like firm? I think it's the Chelsea Football Club. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film. A bit of a shout out to Jamie Powell, because I know Jamie is a big fan of this film, and great to see Jamie back on YouTube. I know, again, my very good friend James, JT the Movies, is a big fan of this film as well, and that's young Sherlock Holmes. Got a bit of that Christmassy feel to it, you know, it's kind of like a non-official Christmas movie. I would personally choose to watch this around December time, you know, and I think is it the first ever film to use like CGI as well? I think it might be. Pretty self-aware little adventure film that's young Sherlock Holmes. I don't love it, but I do quite like it though, and that's Wreck-It Ralph from Disney. I would get this one on 4K if I do see it cheap though, to be fair. I've not seen the sequel, you know, like this like video game world, and you meet all these characters and they all blend and mesh together. Yeah, I quite liked that one. And it's a bit of a love letter to all those like arcade video games as well. I did like that one. And then we have a film that I think is personally better than that though, in my opinion. The Mitchells versus the Machines, which I really enjoyed this. Such a fun little movie. I think I watched this one during lockdown. The animation style from the studio of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I thought this was pretty great, to be honest. And so quirky, campy, and the way the film is crafted, choreographed. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Olivia Colman voices like that villain as well. And yeah, you've got a great like bundle of like characters there as well. Yeah, very fun, quirky film. Steve Carell as Gru is a lot of fun. The Minions, which, you know, can be a bit of a love or hate, have a love or hate relationship with a lot of people. But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. The film I thought was absolutely fantastic, guys. I've not seen it in a long time. I've had the Blu-ray new and sealed for 3 years now, and I've still haven't gone back and rewatched it. Nomadland, which won Best Picture, and yeah, I really thought this was excellent, from the same director of Eternals, Chloe Zhao. Eternals, I'm not a huge fan of, admittedly, but I did really like this film. Again, I thought the cinematography is gorgeous, and it just showcases what its life is like on the road for like nomads, and based off a book as well. Yeah, I think it's a really fantastic film. I think Frances McDormand is excellent in it as well. So and the music is beautiful to add as well. So that's Nomadland. And then yeah, from Ben Wheatley, you could say like a black comedy, sightseers, holiday film. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, like there's something that drastic that happens, and it's like this couple that are all, like kind of trying to hide like this evidence that happens. Yeah, it's a pretty funny little film. It's got its dark elements. The way to describe me, young and innocent. Yeah, this is from Alfred Hitchcock, and 1937. So this will probably be set in Britain, because I think, was it Rebecca? Was that his first film set in America? Alfred Hitchcock, a director that I need to spend more time with, but this one, yeah, it was only £3 in CEX. So a film I just watched the other day, and yeah, I thought this was pretty decent. Not one I'm gonna watch all that often, but I quite liked it. The Deep, from the book is from the same author as Jaws as well, Peter Benchley, which I thought was interesting. I thought the music in this was brilliant, guys. Yeah, really good. Nick Nolte, Robert Shaw, and the beautiful Jacqueline Bisset, who's very nice on the eye in this. And yeah, like these divers that go after like this treasure of this like old shipwreck of way back when. And yeah, I enjoyed it. They rival off with this gang as well. Yeah, I think it's a very fun little film. In the 2 for 15 deal, was it like 101 sale? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the underwater sequences, man, yeah, they were cool as well. I'll be having some of that in my collection. 3 more titles to go, guys. Again, I haven't got round to watching this one. I was on Jordan Movie Worms live stream last week with Alan Scouser. I'll leave the link to both of those guys' channels, both fantastic YouTubers. And we were talking a bit about this film, The Running Man, and Jordan did assure me this is getting a remake from Edgar Wright, apparently, which, if I was to pick a director to do a remake, yeah, Edgar Wright's pretty much a safe pair of hands there, and that is The Running Man. Yeah, one of the Arnie movies that I'm yet to get to. True Lies as well, which I haven't seen yet. The 4K doesn't come with the slip anymore, which is a bit of a shame that, but I was happy with the Blu-ray for that one. That's The Running Man. And second to last one, guys, a film I think is, again, criminally underrated from Jim Jarmusch. He's a fantastic director. I believe the film Night on Earth is getting a UK Criterion release in August, which I'm very much looking forward to picking that up. Probably top 3 Jim Jarmusch films. Patterson with Adam Driver, and yeah, the actress in this was fantastic in it. I loved their relationship, and a very simple plot, you know. This guy who I think he is a bus driver. Adam Driver plays a bus driver. What a coincidence. But yeah, I loved this. I thought it was a beautiful little film where the guy he's got like a scheduled routine every day, like he does his own thing, like he's got his own routine. He goes to work, he goes to the bar, he goes home to see his wife, and his wife is lovely. Like, his wife is such a lovely person in this. So, and they've got like their dog as well. Yeah, it's fantastic, guys. I definitely recommend that. And it was my friend Joey, who I used to work with, he actually got me onto that film as well. So Joey, if you're watching this, mate, thank you so much, man. You recommended an absolute belter there, my friend. And the last title for part 20 of my Blu-ray collection, guys, is a new release. This one just came through the post today from HMV's website, and I went to see this at the cinema. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, guys, even though it floored me as well. All of Us Strangers, yeah, I thought this was fantastic, beautiful film, quite heart-wrenching as well. Andrew Scott, who plays, I think, the guy Andy in it, and yeah, you really feel for his character and what he goes through. And, you know, like he kind of, you know, like reflects on his past, and yet and then he builds a relationship with this guy in it, played by Paul Mescal. Yeah, and the soundtrack, it's like the 80s aesthetic in it it is beautiful. Got a poster in there as well, which I'll just show you guys now. Nice that they included a poster of that, because a lot of the Disney, releases now tend to be pretty bare bones, but I'm glad they made an effort adding a poster there. I'm quite glad they did that. Ticket as well when I went to go and see this at Tyneside Cinema, so we know the drill. I will put my ticket there and it'll be there forever. That will do it for part 20 of my Blu-ray collection series. I hope there was something for everyone in this video. I just want to take the time to say, guys, thank you all so much for your continuous support on the channel, your lovely comments, your lovely messages. I really do appreciate it all. So thanks for watching, cheers for stopping by, and until next time, I'll see you for the next video. Bye bye.